Hunter saves it. Hunter Hughes is coming around. Here comes Colton Garner. It's Hunter Hughes!
Turn 4 for the final time. Who's got more ponies? Checkered flag out. Bluegrass 150 goes to Ian Miller.
And welcome back to the Daily Dribble Podcast, guys. As always, I'm your host, Nick Zammit.
Good, get the name out there. It's like, hey, Joseph Newgarden, you're the guy with the sperm commercial. Yeah.
There we go. That's better. Hi. Hi, everybody. We're off to a great start. Apparently all my audio. So anyway, welcome to the iRacing GT Sprint Series from Sebring International Raceway. It opened in 1950, and it's been in its current configuration since 2019. It was a Army Air Base, and let's get to the track here. But it was an Army Air Base with a very significant history during World War II and was no longer needed after the war. It was turned into a, oops, well, I'm just on fire here. All right, and we're going through. Man, we're just on fire tonight. Things are going great. So Taka, Timmerman, good evening.
Good evening.
Well,
Good to be back.
Welcome back. Yeah, you're back in the booth, and we're just on fire here. The the audio card on my broadcast PC reset. I don't know why that would have been, and I realized I was silent. Fortunately, I caught it fast enough today. As we redo the introduction, but we're gonna go back to the track as soon as forget about that. So let's meet the drivers here real quick. And starting today, Ian Miller. Better look here, actually. Let's go to the chase. Ian Miller in the 4 will be starting first in the GTP class. Fernando Takahashi from the Wednesday Night Dash Series joining us this evening. And Hunter Hughes from the team will be starting third. Going to the LMP2 class, we have Lucas Bucciarelli. And then over to the GT3 class, we have Colton Garner for Wednesday Night Dash and Nick Warborn. So let's get back up to the TV camera as we close in on the end of our pacing laps here. Almost a bad start. We caught it early enough. So Taka, you were out of the country for a couple weeks. Hey, where's
Great time.
Alright, so we are closing in. Let's head back up to Ian. Let's go out a little bit. Let's go to the community to start it here. As the BMW safety car leads the field around.
Looks like we got a nice little group going on today.
Yeah, we've been running small groups on Friday nights, but it's still, we've had some really good racing. We do not have any rain in the forecast tonight, which is good, because iRacing has loved their rain. Alright, here we go. And coming around the final turn as the safety car drops into the pit, and here we go. Green flag is out. Ian Miller leads the field to turn 1. A little off track for Hunter Hughes there.
It's nice to have all 3 classes in this race here tonight. Be good, some good practice for all these drivers to have the 3 different classes.
And stick around here in a little bit. Once things start to settle down a little bit after the start, we'll be unveiling the Season 12 schedule for Wednesday Night Dash. Moving back to the Truck Series. Got a couple of fun surprises in that, so stick around for that. Lucas Puntarelli may have had an issue early on. He fell back behind the GT3 class, but overtook him. You can see the GT3s coming up from behind there. Currently with Nick Warboy in the Ferrari.
Hughes had a slight incident, ran back into the wall, taking a tow. So I'm going to be playing around with the sound. Take it down just a little bit. And then Taka, I'm going to bring your volume up just a little bit.
Right.
I think that's better. All right, I think we can hear you better now. So
Sweet.
the track volume was a little noisy when we went in on one of those closer cams. So as we have started lap number 2, looks like we lost Lucas and Hunter already. Not sure what happened there. Let's see if we can catch him on the replay. Let's go back about 40 seconds. Nope. Wasn't enough time. There we go. Okay. So what happened to Hunter Hughes? Oh. Oh man, that's brutal. and had to take the tow. So he takes the tow. Fortunately, it was a short tow. He wasn't too far from the pits. Took his fast repair, and he's back out on track. But he is a minute and a half behind. And we got a really good battle here for first overall between Fernando and Ian.
Yes, we do.
Fernando actually missed out on Wednesday Night Dash this week. He was recovering from a bout of COVID, so he sat out Wednesday evening. So good to see him back behind the wheel.
It is.
I'll tell you what, Martinsville, Taka, you were acting as de facto race control that evening. Martinsville was something else.
It was, but luckily we didn't have to throw a caution in there for a big crash. Although I was pretty close on that one big one.
So for those that didn't know, Taka, we typically don't. We have our stage break it was at lap 40 out of 100 this time around, and we typically only throw cautions if just things get completely out of hand. Generally, it's a pretty wide definition. We lose 50% of the field or more in a single crash, and the track gets completely blocked. And we had a close moment, and unfortunately it ended up taking out the lead pack, including both Hunter and Colton.
Yeah, that's where I almost threw the flag there. And you had that car take over about 2/3 of the track midway through the front stretch, I think it was.
And we talked to we're not gonna beat up the driver too bad, but we talked to the driver. He spun himself, and he knows he made a mistake, and he thought he had more time to get turned around than he did. And next thing you know, here comes the lead pack, and crap, they tried to get out of the way and lost control, and so much for that. So Garrett Jarnigan ends up winning his first Wednesday Night Dash race this week, and Eric Richardson finished second. And I should also mention Nick Warboy moved into third, so good turnout from FR Racing. I walked in, I walked out there ninth. Just better than I thought it would go.
I mean, you had a pretty strong showing in the first half of the race.
It wasn't bad. I tell you what, the amount of heavy braking at Martinsville. You're playing a game. I'm not in the greatest shape in the world, but the next morning, man, did my left hip, my left glute was so sore. I'm like, why? I'm like, really? From braking?
Sounds like you need to ease up on the solenoids in your rig.
The thing is, I have it pretty light to begin with. It's just so we're coming around, taking another lap. Ian Miller's got about a 0.6 of a second lead, and just took the fastest lap. Oh no, Fernando! Ian had the fastest lap of the race for about 0.2 of a second there. 144.120 for Fernando Takahashi. Really good battle so far.
Looks like the GT3 cars are pretty well spread out as well. And it looks like the lead pack's getting pretty close to them.
Oh, here they are. As Colton Gardner moves out of the way, lets the GTP group through.
I don't blame him. I would do the same thing.
So coming up next week, we've had 3 races broadcasted this week, and we are completely off all of next week because it's what iRacing refers to as week 13.
It sounds like it's a pretty big update.
It is a pretty big update. They're gonna, they're releasing Portland, which will be in the Indy schedule next season, and the new ARCA car is coming out, which is exciting, and that's actually going to lead to a developmental league that we've been kind of hyping. Because we weren't sure when that ARCA car was going to come out, but it's they are coming out this Tuesday. It was quietly confirmed the other day. And then in their developers blog, they released it. But week 13 is the big quarterly patching with all the big updates. And we've tried to run week 13 races before. Sometimes no big deal. Other times, if there's problems with the updates, doesn't give everybody enough time to patch their setups before the race. So we just shut down on week 13. As long as we're counting correctly, which we didn't last year. Whoops.
Hey, we made up for it though last year.
We did. So we will be off all of next week, but the following week will be Taka, you got the call on Tuesday night on the 18th, I believe, in Chicagoland. Yep.
Hopefully it'll be a little bit more exciting compared to last week.
Well, I mean, it was exciting.
Or this week.
We got the schedule up right now. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but we're heading to Chicagoland next, and got an auto club, we got an Indy, we've got some good races here remaining on the calendar. But yeah, New Hampshire was brutal.
Yeah, the exits out of those turns 2 and 4 are pretty rough.
The other thing is, if you dove too low into that turn, I had an early incident on like lap 4, and I dove too deep into the turn, into the corner, and there's like a little bump you can barely see that I went over coming out of the turn, and just completely lost the car. And like, well, that's how my night's gonna go.
Yeah, that's how most drivers' nights went that night. It was that, and there's no good place to try to overtake a driver either.
So Ian Miller has pulled out to about a 2.5 second lead. Hunter's is a lap down, but that was probably the best battle on the track right now. Looks like Lucas has pulled off the track completely, so we are down to 2 classes.
Oh, looks like Takahashi made a slight mistake.
Just as I cut away from him.
On it. Yeah.
Just as I cut away from him. Just my luck.
Yeah, small
mistake. From the overhead shot, you just saw Fernando with his very, very late break, and he didn't make contact with Hunter, but it was very, very close.
Yeah, each of these drivers are using the full course, and actually a little bit of the outside too, to keep their momentum going through the turns.
I was doing my homework, reading about, because honestly, I don't know a ton about the history of this course. It's like I knew it was a World War II Army air base that was used for training. It was no longer needed after the war. There was debate on what the property was going to become after that, and it's a little bit of lag there. Hopefully that's just a temporary thing. But one of the stories I read was just absolutely tragic in my research learning about this place, and I'm pulling up the article that I read just so to make sure I don't get the details wrong here. But oh man, Colton off track. That is not Sebring. All right, so in the late 40s, sports car racers Sam Collier and Bob Guerin were flying overhead when they spotted the airfield below and decided to take a closer look. On landing, they asked to see the person in charge and asked if it would be possible to hold a race on the grounds. And they said it was a matter for the city council to decide. Pressed on what they saw, they they went to start working on their due diligence to turn this facility into a race course. In 1950, both Collier and Gagan, I think I'm saying that right, share their ideas to other drivers, and Sam Collier was actually killed at that race in Watkins Glen in 1950, and they said that many thought that this would be it, that this wasn't going to happen. And another driver named Alec Ullman, if you notice, the last big straight is the Ullman Straight, named after him, actually helped make this place real. And there were some issues over the years where spectators were killed, and just super dangerous, and what was it? It was
wow, what a very historical track with a lot of.
Yeah, it said in 1966, 4 spectators, including a 9-year-old boy, were killed during the 12-hour race after an incident, and there were threats to be sued, and they ended up investing a lot of money at that time to upgrade the facility and make it safer, and it managed to survive. But it's a very, very impressive facility. I've honestly just admittedly not gotten into sports car racing much over the until recently, but it's I think honestly this year, good move by Fernando to get around Hunter there. Hunter's a lap down, and these battles are great.
Yes, it is. Even
so Ian's built up a 4.8 second lead over Fernando. We're not going to show Ian for a little bit. We don't want to jinx him. we've had our share of that.
Oh yeah, we have. Speaking of jinxing, by panning your view to a driver on Wednesday's race, on Wednesday Night Dash, I may or may not have been watching as the driver actively crashed. As I clicked onto them, it may have happened 2 or 3 times. Promise it wasn't me. Broadcast booth, so. But I was switching between 14, 15 different drivers throughout that whole race. And I would switch every 4 or 5 seconds. Just trying to keep an eye out for the whole track. There were a couple times I caught someone, just happened to lose their rear.
You're a jinx.
Promise I'm not. I mean, it didn't happen every single time, so.
I'm going to do here for a moment is I'm going to take the broadcast screen off so I can go into iRacing and tweak the sound here real quick. So pardon me. I'm going to put the track info up, and we're going to get in here real quick and take the master sound down just a smidge. I don't know what happened. It's just we had a. Let's take that into the cockpit and see how that sounds now. All right, Taka, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right, let me tweak it just a tiny bit more here. Apologies again.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of these drivers are kind of spread out a little bit. Although Fernando has cut down the time to Ian Miller by 2.5 seconds. Well, they're at 2.5 seconds now, so we cut down about 4 seconds.
We are on board with Hunter Hughes right now. And as we move over to Fernando.
Best lap is held by Fernando now.
Yep, his last lap I saw it pop up.
Yeah. Pretty quick. Must really want to catch up to Ian.
And he's got it down to about 2 seconds. Whoa! I love that turn. There's just so much space through there. And you could just really send it. And I kind of held my breath there when Fernando sent it like that. But it's also why he's much better at this than I am.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. I've seen all the drivers do that. I just can't imagine being a driver in that. I don't think I'd be able to take that turn that wide.
Let's see, he's closing in. Cut him down to 1.7. Fernando is braking very, very late.
He's doing everything he can to catch up. And we got him through traffic now.
Switch it over to the horizontal here.
It's like Fernando got lucky and was able to pass him in a pretty non-curvy area.
He's down to 1.3 seconds. Fernando last lap was almost 1.2 seconds faster than Ian.
Oh my goodness.
That's not. So we're currently projecting about 35 laps today. We're at about 38 minutes left in the 60-minute sprint.
This is a good race between
I just,
two drivers.
I'm almost, yeah, I almost want to just pop the popcorn here and just sit back and enjoy it. No one wants to hear me talk anyway.
Yeah, because they're just putting on a show right now.
I mean, this is just, yeah, this is fantastic.
So, have iRacing is a race. Is it a 12-hour race this weekend? Or next? Is it this
It's the
weekend?
It's the 21st, I believe. The
Okay.
weekend, yeah, 2 weekends from now. Yeah, and it's a Sebring 12-hour. We will have an entry for it. Let's.
I think we lost her.
No, I'm still here. No, it's I'm just watching the telemetries. Fernando coming through that final bend. I was looking to see if, you know, how much he was gaining, and he got about 0.3 of a second on Ian coming through that final turn, but lost a little bit of it on the straightaway. Then he's losing a little bit of it as we move on here.
I wonder if he drove the car a little too hard trying to catch up and
I mean,
You lose
in
on-
that final bend, he shaved off about 0.3 of a second, but then lost about 1/10.5 on the straight.
Because the question becomes, how much of it is the car and the speed from a slower start? Because it is a Ferrari versus Acura.
Our Wednesday winner, Garrett Jarnigan, just asked, when's he getting his coupon for his free hot dog as the winner of the Hot Dog 100? Was that, the reason we picked the hot dog is just, because Martinsville is known for the hot dog stand. And oddly enough, I saw somebody reviewing tracks today, and their review of Martinsville was, do not eat the hot dogs.
Oh,
Like, oh, okay. All right, so still got a really good battle here, but they've been holding at about 1.3, 1.4 seconds for the last couple of laps. So, do we want to unveil the Wednesday Night Dash Season 12 schedule?
oh yeah.
But before we do that, let's take a look at Season 11 coming up here. Well, like I mentioned, we are off this week, but we'll be heading to Auto Club Speedway. And Auto Club Atlanta and Texas to close out the season. I can't read my own writing. So we'll be finishing that in early April. We'll take a couple weeks off to kind of regroup and get ready for the next season. And here it is, Season 12. We are back in the trucks and heading to Darlington. We're going to take the trucks on the Indianapolis Oval because why not? Or
Yeah, I like that reason.
because why not? Our Talladega Super Speedway visit in May under our Super Speedway rules. Heading to Rockingham for the first time since our Cup season last year. Heading back to Bristol. And our road course event will be Lime Rock Park. And
That'll be fun.
yeah, the moment NASCAR announced that the Truck Series was going to Lime Rock Park last year, I said, we're going to be going to Lime Rock Park this year. So we'll be heading there in early June. We'll be heading to Indianapolis Raceway Park for our short track race. And then we close out with a trip to Dover, Charlotte, and then we finish out the summer season at Michigan. So Season 12 coming up. We may have a spot or two opening up. Not sure yet. Right now we're treating registrations as, we will hold your spot in the order you register and take the waiting list because series is full right now. So if somebody drops off, you want to get in, register early. You register early, you get high on the list, you get your first dib in that open spot. So head to frracingonline.com/WND and get yourself on that waiting list. And if you want to race with us on Friday nights, we'll be off until early May, heading to the Nürburgring. And then in June, we'll be going to Watkins Glen and then Spa. Then August, we're going to Indianapolis onto the road course, Road Atlanta in September, and then Suzuka on November 7th is our plan right now. So anybody can come and join us on Friday nights. What else are you doing at 11 p.m. Eastern? And how do you join? Head to frracingonline.com and go join the Discord and say, hey, I want to race with you guys on Friday nights in your GT Sprint Series, and we'll add you to the channel.
Yeah, come join us. I will say the YouTube chats are a little funny right now. JM Motorsports asked, how's the night been? And
It's been a night.
Stout wrote back, it's a lot less stressful sitting back drinking beer and watching them being on track trying to keep up. Can't agree more with that statement. Although I don't have a beer.
I don't either. I'm drinking the water right now, but I will have a beer later.
Oh yeah, I will definitely have one too.
Although I take it back, I did have a little bit of Crown Royal with dinner, but
Much needed, I'm sure. I can't imagine trying to stay up with this group here.
I would have already pit and left by now.
I would probably used all the fast repairs, and if there's unlimited fast repairs, I'll get stuck in there.
Yeah, that's yeah, I mean, this is meant to be, it's a race environment, but we keep it pretty casual. We don't keep standings. It's we don't have iRating limits. We just, invite people to come out and get ready to, for those official events. So get you some on-track practice, get your laps in, and I think I heard a noise. Not so good noise. It wasn't Ian. Nope, wasn't Hunter.
Was it Colton?
It wasn't. Nope, it wasn't Nick. Oh, was it Colton?
He's in the pits right now. So.
Yeah. All right, his GTP's up, and Ian lucked out there. Fernando had a little difficulty getting around the GT3 car there, but still has kept it at about 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, very consistent.
All right, we are just past the halfway point in tonight's race. I had actually a joke lined up about halftime performance. I'm like, I'm going to keep that one to myself. Never mind.
Oh. Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
Nope. We're done. Next topic. So that New Hampshire race, yeah, that was.
Oh.
That one will not be going in the Indy Racing World Series Hall of Fame anytime soon. But, I mean, congratulations to Derek Booker. I mean, that was a tough place to drive. And he kept it clean all night, ran very well, and picked up a good win. He's back on the top step of the podium for the first time in quite a while, actually.
Yeah, that race was very interesting, especially at the end. It was just, I knew it was going to be close between Booker and Faust, but they both definitely had a good dueling match at the end.
Did Eric tell you what happened to him? I mean,
No.
outside of the wreck. So his crew chief app crashed, and it like black screened him for a second, and it just completely messed with his, yeah.
I can understand now why. That's pretty frustrating. Well, looks like we're fully in the night now.
Yeah, we are at nighttime. One of the being a 60-minute sprint race, iRacing gives you the opportunity to speed up the real-time clock up to 8 times. So we started the race in the mid-afternoon with one real-time second is actually 8 seconds. So gives them an opportunity to start driving in the dark. As you can see, the sun setting as we reach dusk here at Sebring. Lights are on.
Also changes the track temp, especially with the. Oh, I mean, maybe the weather doesn't get that cold.
The YouTube chat continues to be very entertaining if you're watching on another platform. Garrett says that I've sort of figured out turning left, turning right is another story, and JM Motorsports responds, we couldn't agree more. And you know what? Like I tell people, I was born in central Indiana. I am genetically incapable of turning a race car to the right. That's why I don't even bother. I mean, turning to the left is hard enough for me.
Oh, I just can't drive, so.
About to say, I got you out there right after you signed up for the platform. Got you out on that. We did that test session at Lime Rock Park in the, I think it was in the Formula V's, and I don't think we saw you ever since.
No,
This is strictly a broadcasting account for you.
It is now. Although I will say every now and so, whenever I feel like testing my skills, I'll hop on a session, just a practice session with myself, with no one else on the track to keep the casualties down.
Did Eric tell you about the, I'm not announcing it yet because I'm not allowed to, but did Eric tell you about our new partnership we're about to make final?
No.
Oh, I'll have to tell you after off the air, but we're going to have some pretty cool giveaways. We're setting up, trying to get our TikTok store set up here. I feel so old. Like, if this was like 15 years ago, this would be super easy for me. And I'm like, all right, let's go through the instructions on how to set up the TikTok store.
Oh.
I've never felt.
Sure it can't be easy.
Yeah, it's just there's so much paperwork, and then you have to submit all these documents, and it's just like, you want my fingerprints too? You know, But yeah, it's, you know, head to FR Racing Online on TikTok if you. And we should be hopefully firming this up in the next couple of days. Do you, I don't know what camera you're set to, but Fernando's brakes are hot. Like you can see the orange glow.
I think both Ian and Fernando's brakes are hot. I'm on TV3.
Actually, so am I.
Oh, that works. But,
yeah, so you saw it exactly when I did. So this is here we go. He's gonna make his move. Oh, nope. He no, he's still pushing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he's gonna make it through the corner. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what a race! What a.
Oh, he's not backing off.
No. And I think he got it here.
I tell you, these two are among some of the best road course drivers I've seen.
It looks like Miller was able to defend his spot.
Yes, he was. Now, I don't think that'll be the last time he has to defend.
Oh, no. Got a long night. Not really.
Yeah, I mean, we got 22 minutes left.
Yeah. You think these drivers have to pit anywhere in this race?
I want to say yes. I'm not sure what the fuel window is here.
I would have not been able to figure out the fuel window driving because I wouldn't even be able to finish a whole lap.
You know, the thing is, like Hunter, you know, his incident happened on lap 1, so I mean, he's not like he has a major fuel advantage that he can. Oh no, there goes Ian. Fernando goes wide and takes the lead. Wow. Oh, we got to go back and see that again. Oh, Ian was is
there
going
he
for a
goes.
stop. Let's go back and watch that. And just loses the back end. Ah, bummer.
Yeah. He catches it once, and then he couldn't catch it the second time.
Do you think he was trying to set himself up to pit? Or do you think that was just a... Well, I'm stopped. I'm at the pit entrance. I might as well make my stop here.
Part of me feels like that wasn't planned. It's just...
We'll have to ask him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't planned, I mean, there couldn't have been a better spot to spin out. So Ian's back on track. He's about 43 seconds behind, but if Fernando needs to stop, he should be able to trim off some of that.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
That spin's not going to help things, so he may not, he probably won't be able to trim off that whole 43 seconds, but let's take a look and see. We still got 20 minutes left.
Yeah, and Ian's looking like he's trying to warm up the tires right now. And looking pretty cold.
Is Fernando going to stop? Nope.
Doesn't look like it.
He continues on. All right. Well. Let's go around the horn and take a look at everybody. We'll start at the top with Fernando currently in first as he approaches Nick Warboy, who is leading the GT3 class right now. Makes quick work of him. Ian Miller in second, currently about a minute 43 behind, or sorry, 43 seconds behind. I'm looking at the wrong column here. Hunter Hughes a lap down. It's about a minute 20 seconds behind Ian, so he's kind of out there on his own at the moment. Heading over to the GT3 class. Nick Warboy currently leads, considerable lead, over Colton Gardner, who is stopped. I think Colton may have actually parked it for the night. And Lucas Puntarelli has withdrawn from the race, but since he was the only one, he is the de facto class winner this evening.
Looks like we got about 18 minutes left of this race. Still on track for 35 laps.
I don't know why. It used to show the timer instead of the lap projection here, but
I wonder if that's something we have to program into, or if we could edit it under the tools. But
I have to think he'll be stopping soon. Fernando, that is.
yeah, it looks like Ian's starting to cut down a little bit on in the gap between them. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, he's still at about a little over 43 seconds behind.
Yeah.
I have to be careful when I send emails, like, when I send notes out and I copy you on those.
Yeah.
So I'll start typing Taka, and Fernando will come up in the thing. I'm like, oh, don't want to send to him, even though his nickname is Taka as well. So that, yeah, what are the odds? That gets confusing sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh, there he goes.
Yep, here we go. All right, so let's see Ian Miller shaving down that lead.
And I would think Ian's gonna have the advantage when Fernando comes out, since Ian's tires are already nice and warm. And I saw Ian kind of struggling when he first got his new tires on. Down in 20 seconds.
Yep, 15. And there goes Fernando. We're down to 9 seconds. He's going to have cold tires. 7, 6, and he's out. Got about 5.9 seconds on cold tires. Ian's up to temp. Let's see if he can shave it down and make this last 15 minutes or so interesting.
I think to put the cherry on top, Hunter Hughes is actually not too far in front of Fernando right now.
He's he's unlapped himself. He's about 1:33 seconds behind the lead. Yeah, we got about 4.8 seconds.
Yeah, Fernando's not pushing it too hard with those cold tires.
Last thing he needs is a spin right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been holding steady at about 5 seconds, so it's let's go on board with Ian and see if we can see him.
Yeah, you should be able to see him now.
Yeah, see the brake lights up ahead.
Fernando's gonna have to take it easy here, right before the start-finish line, run that turn.
That bend, it's just my favorite part of this track. When you take that at speed.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine actually being in a car and taking that G-force too.
So according to this, Fernando had about 0.6 of a second faster through the pit stop over Ian.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he got about a 5.3 second lead.
Looks like he's catching up to Hunter Hughes as well. Gaps get smaller. I think Hunter's just about 4. No, I can't do math. 5-6 seconds ahead of Fernando. So they're all about 5 seconds apart.
And actually, I think Hunter just pulled into the pits. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
There he
Never
is
mind.
down pit lane, but Fernando's still holding a 5-second lead over Ian as we get into the last 11 minutes of our sprint here. Yeah, Fernando was actually about 0.05 of a second faster than Ian that last time by.
Yeah, what a good race by both of these drivers. It just they're showing off. Although I will say Ian's been dropping his time steadily.
Oh, we got a GT3 coming up here.
Lap traffic to make it interesting.
Yep. Nice wide open space for Fernando to go around. Makes quick work of him.
Yeah, it looks like the GTP cars are about 20 seconds faster than the GT3 cars, which is a pretty big difference. So when the actual race day comes, it'll be interesting trying to fight through the traffic.
Especially if it starts raining.
Oh gosh, yeah, and then you have to leave the safety of the path that's created by all the drivers in front of you.
The last two official events our team has ended up with the only split with rain. It's like, go figure.
Of course.
So coming up Monday on Stadium Scene TV, tune in at 5 o'clock Eastern for an all-new episode of the Daily Dribble. So host Nick Zammit, who we were hoping to have on come in here tonight, but was unavailable. We'll have him on our next Friday night stream. So Nick will be going over 3 players that have regressed this year in the NBA. One of them may or may not agree with, but he brings the receipts. So tune in for that, 5 p.m. Eastern, Monday, right here on Stadium Scene TV. So I am heading to Phoenix Raceway on Sunday for the NASCAR Cup Series race. You'll be in attendance. You should be easy to find. You look up in the upper left-hand corner of our broadcast screen, you'll see the Stadium Scene TV logo. That will be on my hat. You see a white hat with that logo on it, you have found me, because I'm the only person in the world with that hat. So, come say hi.
I heard it's raining a decent amount in Phoenix right now.
Yeah, we had our rainiest day in like a year today, and it stopped. It lightened up in the afternoon, and they started the ARCA race probably about 15-20 minutes late. The rest of the weekend should be clear though. It's gonna be colder. I mean, it should be mid-70s for Sunday's race, which I'm not complaining about that.
That's pretty nice.
On episode of Garage Talk, which will air tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern here on Stadium Scene TV, Eric and I were discussing what would happen if Eric turned on the NASCAR pre-race show and saw me sitting at the desk on Sunday. And what are the odds of that happening? So, yeah.
Trying to find you a way to get you on into that table.
I mean, Eric and I have been on the pre-race show, but I mean, we were front row of a background before. But I'm saying no, like I actually want to like talk on the pre-race show. So can I make that happen? Probably not, but
hey, never know.
We're gonna try
this year, but maybe next year you'll be able to enter as a special guest.
I mean, it also helps that I do know the host of that show, so
Oh yeah.
maybe I can con my way on to live TV. Because what goes wrong with me, a microphone, and live television? Actually, who am I kidding? I probably like have a panic attack and just freeze up knowing I'm on live television.
I was gonna say, do you have a cup of beer in your hand?
I might need, yeah. We could go right inside the gate, buy a beer, and chug it before I go over there.
Yeah.
Get the
you
old
need
old
the cup of
the old liquid
courage.
yeah, the old liquid courage. As we approach 5 minutes, Ian has cut the lead down to about 3.8 seconds, so he is desperately chasing him, but will he have time?
He's gonna pull out all the stops for this.
I mean, he was 0.4 of a second faster last time around. I mean, at least this time we can somewhat see the track. When we did the when we did the Bathurst race at night, I had to like go to all in car because all you saw was headlights. It was just so dark.
This racetrack looks like it actually has
There's some
street
lights.
lights.
There's some lights. Ian Miller, 143, 136, fastest lap of the night. Cuts it to 3.5 seconds with under 5 minutes to go.
About 4 laps remaining.
Come on, close the gap. I want a good call to finish this off.
Don't we both?
I'm being selfish here.
Hey, nothing wrong with being selfish. I think the viewers would like a close race to finish on too.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening and spending your Friday night with us. Actually, I've set my broadcast station. I actually like where I film Garage Talk. Like I'm in that exact same spot. I just pull a second monitor up. I have it like stored under my desk, and I have the cables just kind of sitting here. I plug that second monitor in, and yeah, I'm in like I'm literally in the same position. I'm just sitting here at my desk watching this, and Ian's cut it to 3 seconds. 3.5 minutes to go. Look at that. He is closing the gap.
He is quick too.
Shaved another half second that last lap.
Now the biggest question is, will
Does he have enough
there
time?
be enough time? Yeah.
We got 3 to go. Shaving half a second's not going to do it, but
He needs a whole second for these last 3 laps. I wonder why this track's a lot brighter than the other one.
I mean, it does have lights. It's just
But I feel he's flashing.
is that a subtle, not so subtle? I'm still here. You better watch it.
Or it's
Got-
move over, I'm gonna pass you.
Got the trying with the psychological tactics on him.
I mean, to be 100% honest, I feel like half the battle when you're racing is just keeping it between the lines, keeping yourself in the groove.
My biggest there he goes again.
Oh, I love it.
He just tried to distract him.
Maybe.
Some gamemanship right here. All right.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
142, 751. Cut it down to 2.2 seconds. He was almost a full. He was about 0.8 of a second faster that time around. Not quite enough to do it at this pace, but Although he's 1.8 seconds back, he is. Let's go in
He's
car.
cooking.
He is cooking indeed. Let's go take a look at Ian in car.
That's another fastest lap set by Ian. That's 2 in a row.
All right, we're down to 1 minute. We got 2 laps to go. Will Fernando hold him off? CB3. He is chasing. Ian is putting. He was about 9/10 of a second faster through there.
Oh, we have Nick. Oh, he's gonna be the wild card.
Oh! Nick's like, I am staying out of the way.
Yeah. Down
See
to
what
a
happened.
second.
Yeah, we're down under a second.
Nick might have been the wild card that Ian needed.
All right, here we go.
There's white flag.
The white flag is out.
Oh, 1.5 seconds.
Ian Miller with another 1:42.689, another fastest lap, 0.8 of a second. Oh, Fernando over the bump.
This is it. This is it. For
0.6 of a second. Oh, he's off track. He is off track. He's okay though. Half a second. Oh man. We were gonna get the finish we asked for. Oh, Ian's off track. Oh, he cut the track. Oh, he's gonna have to slow down for that, I think. Dang it! Just as I said, we're gonna get the finish we asked for. He's back up to a second. Ah. All right.
It's okay. We got the rest of the track. Let's see. You never know.
Yeah, it's up to about 1.5 there.
Yeah,
That's a bummer.
it's close.
Eh. All right, Fernando comes around the bend one last time and crosses the finish line as tonight's winner. Ian Miller, about 1.4 seconds behind, comes home second. Oh, so close, but congratulations to Fernando Takahashi. Good win this evening. Ian coming up to give him a little bump. And Fernando is cutting the track. All right. So as we close out here, let's take a look at our final results. I think we're safe to do that.
I think so.
Fernando Takahashi in the Acura takes the win, followed by Ian Miller in second. Hunter Hughes, a lap down, finishes in third. Nick Warboy comes home first in the GT3 class, followed by Colton Gardner, and Lucas Puntarelli is our lone LMP2 this evening, who exited fairly early tonight. So we'll see if anybody wants to come in for a post-race interview. Yeah. And in our Discord right now, Fernando said that, or not Fernando, sorry, Ian said that, and I quote, "I love racing you, man. That was awesome." And I agree. That was some phenomenal racing
That was
between the two of them. Just really, really good. that was worth the price of admission tonight. So Ian Miller is joining us, who's currently on mute. But Ian,
I'm not.
Now you're not. Yeah, that was a tough spin there that you had, but almost caught up. Looks like on that last lap you had to cut the track. Did you get an off-track penalty for that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I tried bleeding it off in the braking zones and didn't quite get it. Didn't quite get it bled off.
I mean, you had your spin, you cut it down to about a half a second. Yeah, it was getting really exciting. I mean, you were pushing 8-9 tenths of a second faster those last couple of laps, and it was a good battle to the end.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome. I love fighting Fernando because he is aggressive as anything, and but drives super clean. So, him and Hunter especially, I know I can push those guys to within an edge of their lives, and we'll still come out all right on the other side.
And we're also joined. I thought we were. Hang on a second. Yeah. Nick Warboy, winner of tonight's in the GT3 class. Congratulations on your class win, Nick.
Thank you.
And how was your evening? I mean, we did check in with you periodically, but the battle between Fernando and Ian was just must watch.
I just wanted to stay out of that. Keep it to the side. No business being in it.
When we saw the two of them coming up on you very quickly in that last 2 laps, they're like, oh.
That was sketchy. I will say I did run my personal PB for a new PB for the night.
Hey, that worked.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. You had a fastest GT3 lap of the night at a 2:04.159.
Yeah, I think that's the quickest I've ran at this track.
And how was the transition from day to night, especially as quickly as that transition was? Did you have any issues adjusting to the night?
It wasn't more so the adjusting to the night. It was just one spot where, as the lighting was transitioning, it just flickered real fast, just that one time, and it threw me off because I was in a really sketchy spot of the track when it did it.
Hey, boys.
Hey, and we are joined live by Fernando Takahashi, our winner of our GTP. That was some racing by you and Ian tonight, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to win, but it was a great battle. Lots of fair racing there. So great battles with Ian. Thanks for the amazing racing night. That was good.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I always love getting to go wheel to wheel with you.
And we're also joined Hunter Hughes. Hunter, unfortunately, had a rough start to the evening. So what take us back to what was that, around lap 1, lap 2? What happened out there?
I mean, I feel like I just overstepped. That's just kind of plain and simple. Not really sure. I think the car felt way lighter than I was expecting. So I just got to hit the drawing boards. I was able to pick up my pace throughout the run, but yeah, it sounded like it was a great battle, but I don't know. I was just kind of chilling the whole race.
It's like just get the laps in at this point. So it was but yeah, you'll have to go back and watch the replay because it was wild, especially those last 5 laps or so.
Lap 22 was amazing.
And it looks like, Colton Gardner here raced in the GT3 class. Colton, good evening.
Hello.
How was your evening? It looks like you pulled off at some point.
Yeah, I did. Car had a little bit too much freedom going down in the turn 1 at one point, and it just drove straight into the wall.
The good news for you is we did miss it. We we didn't get back to the replay button fast enough, so that did not make the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, I bought the track like 10 minutes before the race, so I wasn't expecting much.
Hey, I mean, you made it through. Let's see here. You made it through 11 laps, having never driven the track before and having to deal with, well, I don't know if you made it into the nighttime, but hey, that's not bad for no practice.
No, after that, I just chilled out and talked to Hunter, spotted a little bit, shot the bull, and tried to take some notes because this track is actually kind of hard.
It's a lot of fun though. It's
Oh yeah.
we're talking coming through that final bend, and especially with some of these GTP cars at they're just not quite full out, but it's just riding on board and you think you're just going to lose it coming around that final bend, and they don't, and it's just like, man, that was incredible.
Yeah, I was watching Hunter's in car, and I'm like, I don't understand how he's able to process this, or anybody that was in the GTPs. It was wild.
It's just
the miracles of downforce.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much of that, so.
A great night of racing here. So checking our calendar, coming up, the next Friday race we have will be on May. I can't read I think it says May 8th. My screen's too small, but you can see it on the broadcast. Heading to the dreaded Nürburgring.
Oh, Nürburgring.
Yep.
Is that the combined layout? Or is it just the Nordschleife?
Good question. I need to check on that. But it's GT3, GT4 touring cars, and the Toyota GR86. So that's quite a variety out there. So that'll be a lot of fun. We want you to join us. Head to frracingonline.com. Head to the bottom, click the link to join the Discord. Let us know you're here for the GT Sprint Series, and we'll get you into that private channel. Taka, any final words before we call it a night here?
It's May 9th, and I pulled up the image.
Oh,
on
May
my
9th?
side.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that now. I need my bifocals, apparently. Good Lord.
Thank you, everyone, for organizing tonight. It was fun. Thank you, DJ and the team. And thanks, everyone, for participating tonight. That was pretty fun. Practicing for not only for the Sebring 12 on the officials, but I have another Sebring 12 coming out from a Brazilian league, which is we have like 63 cars on track.
Oh,
so
man.
That one will be fun. So good to put more laps in here. This track, it's very fun.
Yeah, thanks for putting on a great show and a great race. It was a lot of fun watching you all drive around the track. So
I'm definitely gonna go and watch now because there was a lot of fights all over the place. So definitely will be fun to watch.
On a final note, be sure to tune in to an all-new episode of FR Racing's Garage Talk tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern right here on Stadium Scene TV. Hit that subscribe button and get yourself an alert when that goes live. For my partner, Taka Timmerman, I'm DJ Fluck. Thank you and good night.